tonight, I'm your sound effects wizard, Jumpin' Jack here over on the side. And tonight, our show is all improv. That's right, there's nothing written. Everything is improvised tonight. That's why every night at TheatreSportz is a completely new and different show. We have a limited appetizer menu, and Wendy, our waitress, will be taking your order. So we have a full, whatever you want to drink, it's there for you. Now, we ask you if you would please refrain from smoking during the show itself, but when halftime rolls around and after the show, light them up and smoke them down. It's just during the show itself, we want to keep the room clean for the lights and stuff. In case of emergency, you see our fire exits. We have restrooms in the rear. Your seats are flotation devices, and gas masks drop from the ceiling. And any other kind of emergencies, well, you're out of luck. So anyhow, now I'd like to introduce our referee for this evening. Let's give a big TheatreSportz welcome to Peter Simmons.
Yeah, good.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome again to TheatreSportz. I'll be your referee for this evening, as Jack pointed out. The object of the game tonight, as in all nights, is to win the highly coveted and really kind of valuable Chuckle Cup, which we'll be awarding to the winner of tonight's game. All the structures will be judged by audience judges. You've got your cards on the table. Judges, hold your cards up so I know where you are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. I think every table is represented tonight. Jack, can you fix the slides here? Okay, there are 3 penalties in the game. I'll go through these so you know what the calls look like, and so you'll be ready to help us call them when the time comes. First one is called waffling, and it looks like this. A waffling call is made when the actors are not moving the scene anywhere. The scene is stalled, nothing's happening, whole thing's going nowhere but down the thunder mug. And if I call waffling, the actors will have then 15 seconds to make something happen on stage or they're out of there. So you've got a lot of penalty. You've got a lot of power in this game. If you think that nothing is happening, just let me know. I might call a penalty. The next one is called a brown bag. Looks like this. A brown bag penalty is called when an actor or an audience member says something obscene or profane out of context. What does context mean? Well, I decide that because I'm the ref. If someone is guilty of a brown bag foul, a brown shopping bag will be placed over their head and remain there for the duration of the structure. So be careful, watch your lips. The last foul is called a groaner. It looks like this. A groaner foul is called when somebody says something so unutterably stupid that it causes you, the audience, to groan loudly. For an example of a groaner foul, Jack?
Oh, a groaner.
Yeah.
Well, sure. Now, let's see. I need you to really groan real loudly after this, as if this were a real sick joke, of which it is.
I'm sure it is.
Well, I just saw this movie. It's not really a joke, but it is sick. So please groan very loudly. Hare Krishna is meeting a guy named Harry, and they introduce him. Krishna, Harry, Hare Krishna. And it's, see, yeah, that's it. That's a groaner. That's a groaner.
Now, if somebody is called for a groaner foul, they will have an opportunity to apologize to the audience. If you accept the apology, the scene can continue. If you don't accept the apology, that player is out of there for the rest of the structure. It's a lot of power we've got here, a lot more than we have downtown. Now, moving right along. The scoring is done by the judges. At the end of a given structure, whether the teams are competing head-to-head or whether one team does something first and then the next team does something, I will ask for the judge's decision. Now, if you preferred the red team in that particular structure, you would hold up the red card.
Everybody hold up your red card.
It's not quite fair, but they have an experienced judge in the audience. And of course, the opposite is true. There you go. That's the more usual answer. If you prefer the blue team, obviously the blue cards go up. Teams will be scored with 1 point per judge's vote. So, more power for you guys. Let's get our lungs limbered up for the singing of our theme song. It's sung to the tune of Take Me Out to the Ballpark, and it goes like this. Everybody sing. And take me out to the Improv, take me to TAC, buy me a beer and some beans refried. I don't care if I laugh till I die, and I'll yell out all my suggestions. I hope I never get back, 'cause it's ha, 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 when we laugh presentation of tonight's team lineup.
All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet the team. First is going to be the red team, the Rappin Red Owls, and here they are. We have Heather, slept through the royal wedding, Hubal. Hubal, let's give her a big welcome tonight. Let's hear it. Hubal. Yes, and first metaphor position is Mo Guts, Mo Glory Collins. Collins. And in the joke jammer position, it's Greg, hear him roar, Triggs. Triggs, the joke jammer. And the captain of their team, JoJo, studying to be a Leo, Liebeler. Liebeler, captain of the Rappin Red Owls. And now let's meet their opponents tonight. The visitors, the Blue Thunder team. And starting off in our first position is Eric, Bad Boy Witmore. Witmore. Laugh line, it's Greg, who never really been Wiley. Never really been Wiley. Right. Okay, and your favorite and mine, Steve by golly G. It's G. Mr. Improv himself. And the captain of the Blue Thunder team, it's Dennis, yet to be bald, Fenechel. Fenechel. And now, back to your referee.
Break it up there, break it up, break it up there. Ladies and gentlemen, as at all sporting events, before we begin tonight's contest, could you please rise and sing our national anthem?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous night o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket red glare of a bursting air gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Yeah. Could I have the captains at the center of the field for the tossing of the coin? Good luck, Scoliosis might be kicking in, huh? All right, blue team, Blue Thunder, you are the visiting team. Call the coin in the air. It's not bad. Heads it is. Do you elect to initiate the action or to receive the action? Initiate! Initiate! I think you will initiate the action while the red team will receive the action. Now, this first structure is called What Are You Doing? May I have an actor from each team to demonstrate this structure, please, so the audience knows what's going on. In English, please. All right. What's going to happen is we're going to have a first actor, which will be the blue actor, since they won the toss, begin a physical action, such as... The red actor will then ask...
What are you doing?
The blue actor must respond with anything other than the actual thing that he's doing, such as...
Putting on a pair of shorts while I've got my pants on with boots and stuff.
The red actor will then have to perform whatever the response was. You'll see how it works. All right, back to your corners. Now, in this structure, actors can be called out for any of three reasons. The first reason is hesitation. If they can't come up with something quickly enough, and that could be even just a half a second hesitation, they're out of there permanently. Or if they say something that's too close to the physical action, for example, this, if they say sharpening a pencil, that's too close, they're out of there. Or if they repeat something that's already been said. All right, are we ready to begin play, Blue Thunder?
Ready. Theme?
Yeah, let's have a theme. For a theme, to make this even more difficult, could we have an occupation? That's kind of like a job.
Lumberjack.
Lumberjack. Okay, very good. And begin play.
Liebeler taking energy.
What are you doing?
Samurai tree cutting. What are you doing?
Petting Babe the Blue Ox.
Babe, how you doing? Oh, no, no, no.
What are you doing?
I'm milking a tree. What are you doing?
I'm sucking raw
You're out of there. Next player. Resume play.
Triggs taking energy.
What are you doing?
Weeping for a lumberjack.
Oh, God, I'm so sorry, Dad.
What are you doing?
Building a tree condo.
Okay, there's going to be a maintenance fee for
What are you doing?
I am doing push-ups under a poplar. What are you doing?
Push up.
You're out. Next player. Resume play.
Good job,
What are you doing?
I'm flossing my teeth with a redwood.
What are you doing?
Suck starting a chainsaw. What are you doing?
I'm inviting a robin at the top of a tree to mambo with me.
All right. What are you doing?
I am...
Good. You're out. Next player.
She's nobody.
What are you doing? Wishing Papa Onion was my date for the senior prom.
Papa. Senior prom, yeah? You want to be my date, Papa? You want to be my date? Huh? Huh, big guy? I'm inviting Popeye.
Yeah.
That's two invitings. Too similar. Next player, please. Resume play.
What are you doing?
Going to the lavatory. What are you doing?
Picking up the little pieces of bread that I left for my kid so he could find his way home, but not really wanting him to come home anyway.
Guys, I better hurry. They're coming.
I better pick them up fast. Here they come. Here they come.
What are you
Here
doing?
they come. Making pulp out of pine cones.
What are you doing?
Inviting the entire...
All right, 3 invitations. You're out. Last player for the Reds. We still have one remaining blue player. Is that correct?
Yep.
She got
Right.
left her.
Resume play.
All right, Greggy.
What are you doing?
Going to the movies with Woody Woodpecker.
Oh, here.
What are you doing?
I'm playing with boards.
Oh, that's good.
What are you doing?
Romantically carving my name into a birch. What are you doing?
And I'm...
Yeah.
Oh, you're out. You're out of there. Last player for those. Resume play.
Good things for the Reds.
Witmore for the Blues.
We're behind.
Taking my
Game with me now.
Okay. What are you doing? What are you doing? Cooking.
No, you're too slow. You're out of there. No, you're out. You're out. Thank you, Reds. We have one remaining player for the red team. No remaining for the blue. That's 5 points for the red team. All right, the next section of the show is called Team Challenge. And what's going to happen here is the teams are going to challenge each other to head-to-head competitions. After this, judges, your first responsibility will be about to be fulfilled, so settle down if you can. Red team, what is your team challenge for this evening?
Theme cycle.
Theme cycle. Blue Thunder, do you accept the challenge?
Yeah, we accept it.
I'll take that as an affirmative. All right, in theme cycle, which is the choice of the red team, what's going to happen is we're going to have a series of miniature scenes, you might call them vignettes or short sketches, where the two teams will compete head-to-head. First the blue team will do the first scene, and then they will go back and forth, all of it based on a single suggestion provided by you, which I'll get in just a second. The job of the judges, and pretty much everybody's a judge here tonight, I think, is to decide which team handles the suggestion the best. So, for a suggestion, could we have the title of a song, any song, other than the national anthem?
Rastaman Vibration.
I'm going to take your word on that. Is that from our music critic here? Okay, Rastaman Vibration. We'll be inviting you back. Rastaman Vibration it is. Begin play.
Hello, man. It is so good to see you, man. Hey, all you people, when you come here, you look so good. All you come from Miami, and you come from New York, and you come from Cottage Grove. You look good. Oh, you look wonderful, all of you.
Ganja? No, garbanzo.
You looking for split, man? Oh, yes, like this. Yes, man.
223, 224. Oh gosh, I just can't stand being a valley girl that can't sleep. A valley girl insomniac. I need some rest, man. I mean, God is I don't know, maybe if I rearrange my drawers or something. Boy, I better be quiet or my mom will hear me. Joel? Yeah, Mom, Joel? Yeah, Mom, Joel? I don't think I like the way this is going on up there, Mom. But it's just me and a couple of sheep. Can't sleep tonight, you know? I'm coming up there, Joel. Oh, dear.
Mr. Wiley, we've been looking at your car here, and there are a couple of things that I think I should point out to you.
Well, yeah, it's fine, really.
No, it isn't fine. You got this back wheels here. We took it out on the road and tested it, and you got some wicked vibration.
Oh,
And then right over here, right above the bumper, man, you got some rust. So you got the ruster, man, and you got some vibration.
Oh, no.
You got ruster, man, vibration, man. You gotta fix that up, and you gotta change the muffler too, brother.
I don't know what to do because the vibrations, they started when I bought the car. And
They're not good vibrations.
they're bad vibrations.
They're very bad.
Well, okay. Now listen, you're my favorite sister in the whole wide world. I want you to know that. And I know that we're house sitting for Mom and Dad this week. I mean, I know that we've got a little place, and it's great. But I don't like the idea of you inviting Russ over. I just don't. Russ just can't come over. I'm sorry. Okay. He's weird, Mo. He's really weird. I'll get it.
Hey, Mo.
Hi. Oh, man, it's Ross.
I got the vibrating bed. It's in my van. I was wondering if you could bring it in here.
Ross, this sure I can help you out. Hey, would you want to help us out? We're going to bring in the bed. I will not touch this thing. This is very much weirdness going on here.
Okay, man, you say you are the Beach Boys. It is so good to see you, man. Okay. We have the big show coming up, man, and we have to really sound good for the people, man. So you tell me you have a song, right? All right, good. That sounds real good to me, man. We'll give it on the 1, 2, right? 1, 2, 1, 2. Hey. Good,
Rastaman vibration.
Lot of soul, man. Sound good.
Very well. Next station, they come in for their healing. You will very kindly take a seat if you are able to get out of the chair, my sick one. I don't think so. My master's been kicking you around the dungeon an awful lot.
Get up there. I'm sick of your whining. Jeez.
That will be $500 for the very special Rastaman vibrations, which will bring her closer to God and heal her. He has to do this as part of the contract, Eric. Now then, if you would be so kind as to stand up on the chair. I am standing up on the chair.
Quit slouching. Better.
Mr. G? Mr. G?
Doc, what's his problem?
Yes, Dr. Osterman. Have a seat.
Doc.
Yes, what's the problem?
I've been mowing the lawn too much. I'm in the lawn mowing business, you see. I can't get vibrating.
Well, I would normally do shock treatments, but I think I have a countermeasure for you.
Yeah.
Stand up. Now, I want you to vibrate as much as you can in the opposite direction.
Yeah, I'm okay, Mom. I'm coming up. Just these 2 downers. You yellow jackets could never hurt.
All right, darling. Now, I've always wanted you to be able to maintain your own space, but I'm coming in.
Mother, I think I'll be fine. I've been counting sheep. I've been getting to sleep.
Sheep up here.
Hallucination, Mom.
This is not exactly what I had in mind.
Good evening, everyone. This is Julia Childs again. Tonight we're going to learn how to roast a man. Yes. Bring in the specimen. No, we'll chop him, chop him, chop him, chop him. Throw some things on. Here we go. Just some spices, spices. Chop, chop. Oh, sorry, lost his leg. Chop him on. We'll bring him in the oven and put him at 350 for bake. Yes, put him in there and turn him on the vibrator.
And time. All right, judges. You've seen the Blue Thunder and heard it. And you've seen the Red Owls. Could we have the judges' decision, please? Who handled the suggestion better? We've got a blue, 2 blues, 3 blues, 4 blues, 4 blues, and a red. That's 4 points for the blues, 1 point for the reds. Is that all you think about food? I'll give you Blue Thunder, it was pointed out to me quite reasonably that it is unfair to berate the audience, to giving you favors, so you have a warning toward a technical foul.
All right.
Right.
Thanks, Ref.
Now, could we have the team challenge from the blue team in English?
We're doing our favorite rhyming tag.
Rhyming tag, an intellectual pursuit. What's going to happen here in this particular structure, at a given time we were going to have one member from each team on stage performing a scene, an improvised scene based, again, on a suggestion, which I'll get from you in just a second. And they're going to have to speak in rhyming couplets. Now, at any time, they may tag out of the scene and have one of their teammates replace them. If the rhyme's no good, or it's so forced or so awful that you groan, we will call a groan or foul, of course. I'll remind you of that. Are we ready, blue and red team?
Red, see, baby.
All right, let's get a suggestion. How about a location someplace in the world, a specific location, something between, oh, say a stadium. Chernobyl.
We're in Chernobyl.
Yes, where in Chernobyl? A specific location where 2 people might be together.
Outside the reactor.
All right, right outside the reactor.
That's very good.
In the bathroom right outside the reactor. Apparently this man has an intimate knowledge of the floor plan at Chernobyl. I don't know, but there is a bathroom outside there, and that's where they are, at the second floor can at Chernobyl. Begin play.
Comrade, isn't it terrible that we were testing the emergency system and it didn't work?
Yes, it is. It's very saddening. It was certainly a quirk. I take the blame. It's my fault for the problem.
I knew it was your fault when I saw those towers wobbling. I heard this loud noise, and I thought it was the Moscow Boys Choir.
Well, perhaps it was. Maybe they were on fire. This is awful. This is awful. About it, I'm just sick.
I don't like the air in here. It's getting rather thick. I think I'll finish up with the towels and take a walk around the crematorium. to the plant. But, comrade, you know I can't. My feet are stuck. They are not moving.
Perhaps if you would try to dance like the Westerns and start grooving. Here, let me help you, my fine comrade.
You remind me a lot of my dear old dad. There's a problem here. I believe it's me.
Don't be ridiculous. We'll talk about it over tea. Listen, about the feet being stuck, I think I have a solution.
It might help if we got rid of this pollution.
Yeah.
My feet, they're really starting to hurt.
Ha ha ha. Here's my potion. I'll just give you a squirt. Just show me now where it's actually adhered to.
I would, but of that potion, I'm very feared to it. You see, just a few minutes ago, that big reactor started to bubble.
Well, Steve, I don't know what the problem is. With me, you're not in trouble.
No.
I'll just pour a little along here. We'll burn the souls right off.
No, I wouldn't want you to do that, really. Couldn't I just cough?
Yeah.
Instead, I think what I'd rather do is drink it.
Well, there have been a lot of things I've been thinking about, but that one wasn't one I was thinking.
Runner foul. Apologize.
I don't think I need to.
Okay.
Everyone take a look at my shoes. What color are they? Huh? What color are they?
Are you sorry or not?
Guess who I wanted to be with tonight? I wanted to be with the blue team tonight. Don't you understand? The earrings even, they're blue. I like them and everything, but I feel special camaraderie with these fellas. I want to be grudging, don't you understand? It isn't something that goes much deeper than that, but I just got flustered up there. I was Steve and I was like, hey, I wish we were working this together, not compete, you know? So I lost my head. I'm sorry. I won't do it again. You can count on me for that. Please,
Kill it.
Well, is it thumbs up or thumbs down? To accept the apology, thumbs up or down? Ooh, thumbs down, thumbs down. Have a seat, Heather.
Number 2 and 2, I think.
Hey, I'm the rep. The first one is always down. Have a seat. Resume play.
Drink it.
Well, let me get my drinking kit. Let me just show you all these wonderful glasses.
Oh, these glasses were made for the masses. We can hand them out free, right next to our bread lines.
I think that'd be fine. Yes, indeed. How about some tap water?
It tastes like hot solder. Oh no!
And time. All right, judges, you've seen the Blue Thunder, you've seen the Reds, you've seen some rhymes, and you've seen some otherwise. So could we have the judges' decision, please? A blue, a red, 2 reds, 2 reds and 3 blues. 3 points for the Blues, 2 points for the Reds. That's a close game here. Okay. The next portion of the show is called Audience Option. This is where you decide what structures you'd like to see the teams do. So if you will open up your programs that folded piece of paper that we handed you. Yeah, you know what that is. You open up, and you look on the left-hand side, on the inside, there are 2 columns of team structures, they're called. 2 columns of them. There's 16 of them. I'd like you to shout out one of those improvisational structures for the red team to do. Radio call-in. Radio call-in it is. Now, in this structure, what's going to happen, they're going to emulate a radio talk show, which means they're going to have a DJ. Why don't we just stay with traditional terms? They'll have a DJ, and they'll have several callers, and they'll begin, of course, with a topic that you will provide for us. We ready, red team?
We're ready.
You don't need
All right. I will play the DJ, and these will be the callers, and as in any radio call-in program, the people tend to stray from the topic. So we will do that, but first we need a topic, something that's been in the news, like Chernobyl or something along those lines. So just shout out what you've been reading about or watching on TV.
Tornado in New Brighton.
Tornado in New Brighton. Hi there, ladies and gentlemen. You're listening to KNNT Radio. That's on the far right side of your radio dial. Me, I'm Selma Lou, and I'd like to welcome you to my radio call-in program. Now, today, we're going to be talking about that New Brighton Twister. Now, honey, you know me. I go down to the hair salon every week and get myself a beautiful beehive, too. Well, I went out with that Twister, and it was done for me. And, honey, I know that you got a million calls and a million thoughts on this, and I ain't going to bust any more time with my yapping. So go ahead and let's get rolling. Go ahead.
Yeah, Telma.
Yeah.
This is Harry, and I just want to tell you, my wife is on a cleaning bit. She's like a white tornado going through the condo in New Brighton.
Well, ain't that something? You could probably get her a job on the TV commercials. Go ahead, next caller, you're on the line. Dorothy! Dorothy! Auntie Enema, I'll be darned. Go ahead, next caller, you're on the line. Hello?
Hi, dear Telma. Hi.
Selma, babe.
Selma. Hi. I want you to know this is Dorothy Hamill.
Wow, one of my idols right here on my very own radio station. I can't believe it.
No, fella. I'm having problems. I'm gaining more weight in the thighs here. I don't know exactly what
I didn't think that was possible. I'm surprised that ass don't cave right underneath you.
Well, I still have my due, though. You know, the one I'm famous for.
Well, honey, as long as you look good from the neck up, I think you still have a future. Go ahead, next caller, you're on the line.
Yeah, Selma? This is Harry from the rock group Rat. You know, and I was just at my hairstylist, and damn it if she didn't give me a Dorothy Hamill cut.
Well, now, you punkers are always doing something fashionable, aren't you?
Jeez, I look like a reject from the 70s, you know? Makes me want to vomit.
Go ahead, next caller, you're on the line.
Oh, son of a gun. You know, I've heard of ants in the pants, but I was looking in my pants just this morning, and I have rats.
Rats?
Yes, rats.
Well, honey, I think you've been hanging around 7th and Hennepin a little too much. No, hey, go ahead, next caller, you're on the line.
Hello, is this Selma?
Selma, baby. Hey, Selma.
This is Gloria Vanderbilt. I'm going to be branching into other things besides pants now. I'm going to be having designer lamps. And I just wanted to be in on it. I understand that you're very big on them.
Hey, sounds like a bright idea, poker face. Go ahead, next caller, you're on the line.
Hey, Selma, baby, pucker up, okay?
Ooh, honey, who we got here? It sounds like a red, white, and blue American male to me.
Well, I'm calling from Norma Jeans, and heck, it's 10 o'clock and you're not here yet.
Well, babe, I got about 5 more minutes of this radio program. I'm going to be
Okay,
down.
well, it's ladies' night, okay? Free.
Ow! Selma's favorite! Next caller, you're on the line.
Hi, this is Norma Jean.
Yeah?
I just want you to know that I didn't kill myself.
Shoot, neither did the Kennedys. It's just a candle in the wind. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we've gotten ourselves a real hot news scoop right here on some of this program, so you remember that when the ratings book come out. Go ahead, next caller, you're on the line.
Hi.
Hi, babe.
Hi, Selma.
Yeah.
You just kill me. You just kill me. I think you're just swell. You know, I think, but you know what, something, honey? I wish that you would stop slapping your knees so much because it gets in the way of listening to that beautiful silk voice of yours.
Oh, babe, you are too full of compliments, honey. I want you to join up my fan club for free. I mean, I normally charge about $2.50, but you, babe, you're in for free.
Thanks so much.
You can write me family radio time. Go ahead, next caller, you're on the line.
Hi, Selma, this is Billy over at PS92. Yes, and did you realize that every numeral has a complement?
Well, I know I didn't, but if you want to pay me one, go ahead.
Well, can't think of one off the top of my head.
Well, honey, the only number Selma knows is 69. Know what I mean? Go ahead.
Oh! Brown bag!
It was just in character. She's a pleasing, trendy type.
Yes, but you've been leading up to the innuendo. We'll give you the good bag, though.
Fuck me!
There's nothing else I could do. All right, resume play.
Go ahead, next caller. Selma's listening. Hello? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't think you were already there. Well, sure I am, honey. You got Selma Lou's talk radio program. What's your name? I'm calling you from my backyard. And son of a gun, if there isn't another tornado coming through here. Oh, by golly, you're kidding me. I'm not. Hey, they got that little heli chopper. I gotta go, okay? Well, all right, honey. Okay, bye. Well, now, wasn't that just strangers? Go ahead. Do you have any more callers on the line?
Hello, Selma?
Yeah,
It's so nice to talk to you. This is Andre, and I'm calling you from inside a twister on my cordless phone.
And time. Okay, the Blue Thunders are gearing up. All that talk about storms has really gotten them worked up. So could you look once again into your program and pick an improvisational structure for the Thunders? Freeze frame. It is. Ready to explain?
Yep. In this structure, we're going to get a suggestion from you folks, and we're going to start a scene. Eric and Dennis are going to start a scene. And every once in a while, I'm going to say freeze. And then I'm going to ask all of you guys for another suggestion to add the scene along, all right? So periodically we'll stop them, give them some more information, and they've got to use it in their scene. So to get started, how about a suggestion for a relationship between two people, or two occupations, or whatever?
Non-sexual.
Non-sexual. A relationship.
Twisted sisters.
Twisted sisters. And how about an object? Any object that you could hold in your hand.
A flashlight.
A flashlight. Twisted sisters and a flashlight.
Hey, what you, bro?
Erica? Erica!
I'm right here!
It's Halloween again! And it's time for us to go out and do some nasty tricks!
I got the flashlight! Watch this!
Tito!
Your turn!
Okay!
Here we go!
Freeze! What we don't know is that Dennis has a fear of flashlights. What was it that caused his fear of flashlights? Something happened in his past. Something happened in his past which gave him a fear of flashlights. The battery went dead on it.
Oh. Erica! Do you remember back in the hospital when they were removing my twisted uterus? And the doctor was shining the flashlight because there was an electrical storm and the battery went out and he pulled out my brains instead.
Yes, I remember! It was funny!
But don't ever shine that flashlight on me again, sister.
I wasn't!
You're so twisted. Do you know what? I think we should go down to the governor's mansion on Summit Avenue.
Here we go!
Freeze! Eric has been to the governor's mansion once before. What was the reason?
Get a blind date with the governor.
No.
From the audience, please.
He used to be the houseboy there.
He used to be the houseboy.
I really prefer we not go there.
Why not, sister?
be honest with you?
Yes!
I have a lot of really unhappy memories there.
What happened?
Oh, when you took that sabbatical from your teaching job over at Cambridge University,
Yes?
I had to take a part-time job to support Mom.
Yes, Mom had a twisted back, didn't she? And what did you do, sister?
I was a houseboy. It was a job that brought me much frustration and anxiety.
I could imagine. Did you wear a funny costume?
And they made me climb stairs too.
Oh. Well, then let's not go back to that place. Let's go to the Friends Meeting House.
What friend? I know. We'll go. Dancing too.
Okay. I think they have a dance tonight at the Moose Lodge. Where's that light?
Freeze! On their way to the Moose Lodge, the last time they went, they met someone else. Who was it? The governor's wife. All right.
No. I remember last Halloween. And we met some of the funniest looking people, didn't we?
It all comes back to me now. We met Purpose' wife.
Well, let's go to the dance. Let's go quick. Shine your light. Shine it on the center of the road, and no one will see us if we walk down the center.
Freeze! There's something in the road. What is it? A dead squirrel.
No.
It's her, isn't it? It's her again.
I'll flash her.
Time. Okay, judges, I ask you to remember the radio call-in structure performed by the Reds and the Twisted Sisters performed by the Thunders. Could we have the judges' decision, please? Red, blue, 2 blues.
No.
That's 3 blues and 2 reds. 3 blues and 2 reds tie the score. As we enter into the final portion of the first half. And for this, I'm going to need 3 actors from each team, please, front and center. The structure is called storyline. What's going to happen is that these actors are going to tell a story. I'm going to direct this structure, which means that when I point to them, that actor is talking, that actor is on. And then when I point to the next person, they have to, the first actor has got to stop talking, the next one has to pick it up immediately. And that means even if it's in the beginning of, in the middle of a word, they have to pick it up right on the syllable when I change. And if they don't, if they mess up in any way, if they start gibbering, for example, or stuttering, or if they don't pick up the word, or sneezing, your job is to shout, "Die," as loudly as possible. So could we try that one time? Die! I don't think I even get a small cold on that. Let's try it again, a little louder. Die! I guess that'll have to do. Okay, what else do I need to do? I think to make this more difficult, why don't we assign, say a movie genre, a type of movie such as Western or romance, that kind of thing, to each of the actors. So, one for Heather. Science fiction. And for Mo? Cartoon, animation. One for Greg? We already have science fiction. That's okay. Comedy, good. One for Steve? Western? For Dennis? Romance. And one for Greg? Horror? Horror. Horror it is. little trouble with that word sometimes. Okay, and we're going to begin this with a suggestion, as always. Could you give me a, say an object that you might find in your grandmother's attic? A toaster. That's the place for it. A toaster. It all began early one morning as I crept stealthily into my grandmother's attic, and there, on the floor, I found...
This toaster that was boiling. And I looked at the toaster, and I picked it up with both hands, and I saw that it was holding saucer-shaped toast. So I put it back down, and then I plugged it in, but that was a terrible thing to do, because all of a sudden it started to growl at me, and I went, ah! And I stepped on it, and I crushed it with dope.
And then it said, hey, why are you crushing me? Put some toasties in me, don't we?
Looked at each other, me and the toaster, and I gave it my best eye. And it looked back at me with fire and spit, and it said,
Hey, you dude. Turn around and walk 3 steps, and then I'll challenge you to a shootout.
So we walked 3 steps as we were walking slowly, inching along, step by step by step.
The steps fell through, and I
Didn't know what to do.
Much, so I just stopped everything, and I put on some lipstick. And I thought that I was not the only one that was feeling weird, because my grandmother was downstairs. My grandmother, she says,
you stop putting lipstick on because you're a boy.
and I said, but I feel so much more kissable when I put lipstick on. And I just love kissing everybody. Kissing is a way to kill people.
I don't know how to kill, but I use these monster lips, and they'll come out with this poison. Squirt it, squirt it, squirt it.
And the toaster did squirt me with his gun, and so I fell. But I wasn't dead. And I got up and I took my gun and I aimed it
at my own hand, and said, you are not really a toaster, are you? And of course, the toaster knew that it wasn't.
A toaster? It...
Inside looks a lot like a woman who has her guts spilled
out onto the ground.
And then she looked like...
me, and...
I looked at her,
And I could see the small
Tits on her.
Brownback file.
It was the first thing that came to my mind.
It often is,
I'd like to warn a couple of you, without mentioning any names, that it is not permissible to repeat the last thing that the previous person said. So, if somebody repeats the last thing that the previous actor said, shout die, because that's not legal. I don't remember where we are.
talking about the toaster, and I looked at her beautiful green coils, and I said, I think I'm good. I'm going to put my rye
on your pad. And so I did it, and then I went splish, splash, and began to glow.
And then we took a bath.
In the electric mode.
and we put champagne in it just to make it dangerous.
For her.
And then we went
outside and
used bubble bath,
and we scrubbed each other with my gun.
Raw. We scrubbed each other raw, and then
Die. No, just die. Don't groan. Shout die.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know.
Comedy.
Oh boy, the circus! I love the circus, don't you? This is my invisible friend, Harvey the rabbit. Harvey, let's just sit here and watch the trapeze artist, okay? Oh, look it, they're pretty zany. Oh my God, Harvey, look at that. Harvey, that's my mom up there. I didn't know my mom was an acrobat. Oh. Harvey, would you quit sucking on your teeth? I hate that. Oh, Harvey, they're taking the net away from Mom.
begin where we left off, which is that the toaster and I were rubbing grandmother raw.
And we burned her in the process, and when she popped up, she looked at me squarely in my romantic, limpid pools
of blood and said, I'm not feeling myself, darling. And of course she wasn't. So we all took her, the toaster and I, out of the pool and said, you grandmother, are going to be sent up to space.
And once you get up there, I'm going to take out my 6-shooter and take you to a saloon. And then, where I'm going to...
drink purple beer. What the heck? I said, and
we mooned each other,
And I knew
that she...
was my favorite.
person
on the face of the earth today. And I knew that if I
tomorrow took a chance
on her
with my right eye, that she would probably say, where is your left eye? Where is that looking?
Right at me, I said, and the big
thing came out squirting
Me right between
my eyes.
and my
fingertips.
and I knew that these bloody fingertips could hurt anyone.
Or else she would
Just die.
Just a western death. Okay, now, let me get this straight. The cattle are going to come running at me like this, and I've got to turn away from the robber just in time to jump on my horse like that and get away? Okay, all right, well, I'll try it. I'll try it. You got the lights on, all right. This is the camera there and there, all right. Now, jump on the horse, and the cattle are going to come, all right. Can we do a take first? All right. Let me just practice. That, huh? Okay, all right. All right, bring in the horse. Bring in the horse. Hey, those were great sound effects, Mac. Keep it up. Okay. Maybe I should just do this real quick. All right. Here come the cattle. A whole herd of them. Yeah. All right. Okay, here we go. All right, the robber's got me here, right? Okay.
Should we bring the horse in now? Okay, where we left off was those bloody fingers could do everything, or else they would
Be retired and sent back to France where they...
would die a lot. And of course, this was very terrible.
Because these fingers,
Meant a lot.
to me,
That's a die. Just die.
This is science fiction. Honey, I'm home. Yeah, I am. Honey? Steven? Huh? Steven, are you here?
Almost there.
I'll look through the mail. Omni Venture. You're a young scientist. Life with Steven Spielberg. Oh, I remember when I used to read people and envy Amy Irving. No more, no more. Now I've got him upstairs. And every time I just want to let go of say get a simple sandwich out of the refrigerator, go into the kitchen, we open up the door, there are things flying around in there. There's always a little visitor that comes. Like all of a sudden I'll be wanting to take a bath or something, there'll be something with a neck that goes I think that Steven and I do have to sort this out, but I don't know how to approach it. He's had a rough time, and he says I'm good for him because I have scaly skin and I'm 5 eyes, and he thinks that's kind of cool. So I think...
Sorry, honey, can you hear me down there?
I'm sorry?
Can you hear me down there, honey?
Yeah, I hear you.
Stay out of the bathroom. I've got my latest experiment in there. Don't go in the bathroom.
Steven, listen, it's been a rough day at the Science Museum. I just wanted to take a bath. I don't even really think you have anything in there anyway. I mean, you're not supposed to actually be doing anything in the house, you know. Steven?
No.
You're being very vague. Steven, is this like my anniversary present?
No.
Steven!
I'm sorry, honey.
Is it?
Just stay out of the bathroom.
Oh my God, it's my anniversary present!
Well, we're back to, for some reason, the toaster and I are examining its fingers.
And its fingers were burnt at the edges. And they had these tiny little rings on them that I couldn't make out because I had given them
To my favorite bunny rabbit.
My bunny rabbit and I had small but interchangeable
Breasts.
and I know that with these breasts I could do anything that I wanted.
To do.
However, with these tiny breasts,
I could sing many...
hallelujah choruses. And I knew that the danger could lie in these choruses because they're anywhere coming across the way you're going to be found.
Okay, I think it's a double death here.
Well, who are you? A romantic horrible death. A romantic horrible death?
Romantic horror death.
Greg? Greg Law? Are you ready? I'm ready. I'm ready. Yes. Greg Law? I love you, Master. Yes, I know you do. I love you, Master. I know you do, Greg Law. You love me a little too much, don't you? Oh, Greg, I can kiss your toes. Yes. Yes, Greg Law, when I hired you to wash bottles and plug in outlets. And you carried it a bit far, Greg Law, haven't you?
No, Master, no. I've been washing outlets and plugging in bottles. Plugging in outlets. Right, Master, right.
Greg Law, I propose that we have a toast this evening.
A toast, Master.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
And I have a special toaster that I brought for that occasion.
I love
Why don't you hold it for me, Greg Law?
Oh, I love to, Master.
Yes.
Master.
And I'm going to get this heavy-duty plug over here and just plug that toaster in.
Oh, I love that, Master. Master.
Here, why don't you plug it in, Gregoire?
Well, all right, Master, I'm doing my best.
You would do this for me. I didn't know the limits to which you would go.
Romantic horror, a thriving new movie genre. And we have a winner, ladies and gentlemen. We have one surviving player on the red team. That is 5 points for the red team. And ladies and gentlemen, it's halftime.
Let's have a big hand for the Reds and the Blue team. They'll be right back in a few minutes, ladies and gentlemen, as we get into round 2 of TheatreSportz. 15-10, with the Reds heading the Blue Thunders. And we have a special halftime show for you tonight. You don't have to watch it if you don't want, but we got some of the hottest news titles going around.